Right. Oh yes, I'm in the middle of several wars. I think I just won a war, and I'm now working out what to do with my next war. What's my next war? Oh yes, my next war is...
So you've got... Oh, yes. That one. Cumberland, or whatever it is.
Yes. And I just had a rebellion, an Old Norse, Old Germanic rebellion, which I should probably go and squash fairly promptly. Yes, it's got just over 2,500 things, but maybe my allies can take care of some of that while I sit here and besiege Berg in Cumberland. Ward. So, no, that's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was contemplate building. I think I should build a reinforced hill fort. Oh, the Norwegian Old Germanic revolt has been won. Hooray! So I was contemplating building a hill fort. Right, anyway, I've contemplated building a hill fort. I have built a hill fort.
I'm curious that Carlisle here is not a castle, because for me the memorable feature of Carlisle is its castle.
Rather than its bishopric.
Citadel.
Well, we are really a bit early for stone castles. We really are. Now let's besiege Penrith. So, move my feet round onto the sofa. Turns out exercise is something for the state. Have you been sitting like a twisted gibbon?
No, my back's slightly sore.
100% more score. Release the otter.
Still have one more left.
I still have one more left, which is why it's perfectly safe to release the otter.
Not perfectly safe, possibly something will happen to that war and you'll find yourself without a war to get used. But for now,
it's perfectly
so
safe.
what is the remaining war?
It's the war for Tudor's claim on... Yes. Yes. So they've occupied Van. Now, the thing is, of course, I have a perfectly cromulent army here. But I could really do with some allies going to Van. Maybe they're going to Van to get it back.
I think you should just
Besiege Wales.
Occupy Wales.
Right, I think I should find an uncheered vassal. Oh no. Mostly pretty cheered.
Yes, of course, you do have the currently the priest of Carlisle. What religion is the priest of Carlisle?
That's a very interesting question.
Right, well that's kind of unfortunate.
Well, I could probably sack him.
Because he's an infidel.
Yeah. Well, what I can, of course, do is transfer Cumberland to someone else, which is what I was planning to do. Roughly speaking. There we are. Solved a bunch of problems. Oh, excellent. Right, I've got a small bunch of warriors somewhere. Now, they may be about to run into a large bunch of warriors, but I have a theory. My theory is that I sit here for a little bit, see how many people get off that ship, and then I raise a thingy. Tribal army.
Yeah, you should be able to find out how many people there are there. Right. So you're only barely going to have more than them if you raise a tribal army.
Yes, but they'll have no morale, because they've just got off a ship. And I put some pretty kick-ass commanders in charge, so... While I'm doing that, let's... try... and... get all the ships to West Iceland. That's probably about enough people to take everyone off West Iceland and maybe take them on a little trip to Van. Right. He's got an ally. That's why Asturias is lit up like a thing that's lit up. Oh yeah, hang on. Where are you guys? Not get go. To West Iceland! Yay! Everybody loves going to West Iceland. Oh dear, I need another commander in Norway. Yeah, let's see if we can do better than that. Alright. Oh, they landed some more troops, but hopefully we should be okay. Well, that's interesting. Because after that fight, they have way more troops than I do. So...
Well, you did suggest they just landed a bunch more.
Yes. I still won the battle. So, yeah. Right. Oh, hang on. You not get to go to West Iceland. I suppose in desperation I can always raise another thingy if I really need to. What are we doing? We are besieging Hoodlan. And then I've got Denby and Llanelli. So the question is, I think I put this lot on a ship as soon as I can and let them bimble around besieging things in Iceland, because there aren't that many things to besiege.
What like in previous wars?
I need more ships to turn up. That's fine, because some of them are on the way. And what I'll probably do is sail them down to see what's happening in Van. Not least because by then I should have...
Those allies may have started sorting that out by then.
Indeed, that's what I'm hoping. Right. Let's embark my army into there. And ship them off to the sea area. It does. While I carefully sit here besieging bits of Wales. That's bits of Wales with an A, not with an H. Right, excellent. My vassals are besieging back relevant territory. Right. No, it's currently we're now at least back in credit in this war. What I'm inclined to do is and my troops to help out besiege back Van. Right. Let's go on to the next county. Besiege it back. Oh, there's a child needs a guardian. Random kin state. Surely the bards are here to sing of our great prowess in sitting down outside someone's walls and setting fire to them. Hooray, I have a staked hill fort in West Iceland tribe. Just wondering how I convert it to a castle. If I can convert it to a castle.
I think that you require...
Actually adopting feudalism?
Yes, right. I can't quite remember that one.
Right, good. I probably have just about enough money to get my Chancellor fabricating claims.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I wonder if you can get diplomatic vassalisation. Obviously, probably the right culture, etc.
Okay, well, let's do that then. I'll have to move my Chancellor at some point because I've just moved him there.
Well, I did try to tell you, but you decided to tick it before waiting for me to tell you what my idea was.
Well, yeah. I need to deal with my vassal limit. Do I have what Yarden's Dejoray? What am I holding directly? Let's create the Duchy of Finnmark. Alright, let's... Okay, we can fix that in a moment once he's decided whether or not to come to law. Okay, now let's grant you Finnmark. And damn it, that's all my commanders. Will do. Right, so okay. Oh, we're 5.2% threatening. Oops. Siege of Bangorfar. People joining the defensive pact against me. People are leading the defensive pact against me. The defensive pact has been disbanded. That lasted a long time.
You might want to switch back to Realm View.
You're quite right. I probably want to switch back to Realm View. troops do I think I have raised? Right, well some of those I'd have to disband anyway before I went to thing, and I've got enough ships there to ship them off to somewhere useful. So, right, and now I'm getting ticking war score for still controlling Van again. Right, so I control Carnarvon. So this one. Now there's a very real danger that I'm going to drop dead at some point. Being as I am approximately 8 billion years old. Or 73, as it's also known. You're my granddaughter. You are extremely promising. Let's besiege a cardigan. My wife has died. I should get married.
Pretty good bet, yes.
Yes. Let's see how she turns out. Oh, I've married a Carling. So, let's stay put and fight in this battle. Oh, I've become brave. I've become brave at the age of 73. Great. I really thought this through. Right, you're all hopeless. Let's go commander shopping. See if we've got any good prisoners. No, we have basically no prisoners at the moment at all. Well, my plan is to zigzag back and forth across Wales until I besiege lots of places. And I wish I'd gone triangles here in the first place, probably. See if Coley will accept, or Cola will accept diplomatic vassalization.
No, there's 2 regions. One North Emperor and their government.
Yes,
they're
of
the
course.
wrong culture, they're also the wrong religion.
And they're the wrong everything.
Basically, Nordland, the reason you couldn't conquer it was the correct religion.
Yes.
And it was only one county, and it was probably Norse, and so diplomatic vassalization was actually available, but yes, the conditions are fairly narrow.
They are. In which sieges continue boring. Why are 157 of my allies just sitting there across, not actually doing anything? Or we besiege Llangollen very slowly. Oh dear, one of my kinswomen has just died under suspicious circumstances. Well states. Ooh, my new wife means I've now got a higher vassal limit. Excellent. Who are you? No idea. I don't think we've got anyone that's left that's quick and not like 500 years old. I don't have anyone that's... Carrying on besieging. One percent more score. Let's go into that county. On the grounds that. Let's prestige somewhere again. Let's briefly pause and go to the loo. I promised him to let things run, but if I do that, then like 17 people will declare war on me. Stop. samples. I didn't actually intend to get my wife pregnant.
I kind of assumed that any concubines you had left would be way too old, but...
Apparently not. I'm a deeply virile Viking something or other.
Gotland still has 2 provinces. And is a duchy, so you can't get diplomatic.
Civilization. I'm just looking what my casus belli
So
are.
the silly thought of you can't usurp a title that's the last remaining
Primary
title.
title. Yeah.
So the silly thought of finding you're in a position to usurp it, so he's down to being a count, and then that's what they didn't won't work.
Okay. So. Yes, I'm inclined to declare war on Gotland. Because I don't have to work. Well, I'm basically done with this war. I'm getting there. I only need about 8 million more. 8 million more things there. There's a few small bits of Welsh army kicking around now on the continent. Let's besiege Llanafenvar. Who's that holding under siege for? Surely the rise of the Shia, the schism at the heart of Islam dates back to its earliest days. The majority Sunnis have long persecuted the followers of Ali, the Shias forcing them to hiding. The partisans of Ali look to his descendants for leadership, but they are forced to keep their ancestry secret. Now, though, the Shias are mobilising their strength behind a boy whom they claim to be Ali's rightful heir and imam. Other Islamic jurists claim that the boy is clearly a fraud, but to his followers he is the person they've been waiting for, and now they flock to his banner. Ha! The fools fight amongst themselves. The other fools. Asturias have come up to say hello, the allies of the Welsh. Of course it's 98%. Right, well, let's march you over to there. And actually you can wait. Right, let's close that. Hoping it'll tick over to 100% while I wait, but probably no such luck. Oh, here we are in Glyssing. Besieging Cardiff. 100% war score. Pause. Let's just have a look here. So somewhere I should have 730 of my own troops, and let's just check we all do it together. Yeah, right.
So warriors are the event troops. I don't think Norwegian company are going to be any of your...
No.
So I don't think any of those is your raised...
Yeah, but in which case...
Unless there are no others, in which case I would try... there isn't a... If you mouse over the detach event troops button, the person minus, just to the left of that.
What? Oh, that one, yeah. There are no units to split off.
So, what does your own... What does your... Well, what does your military tab say? Right,
Okay.
0 raised. Right.
0 raised, right, okay, let's contemplate who we go to war with next.
Because the other one shows you how many you could have.
Yes. Obviously I should nick another bit of Gotland while we can. Oh, they're allied with Denmark. Maybe not. Gotland are allied with Denmark.
They can get quite a lot of event troops, but you can get more event troops. Like if it comes to a fight over the number of prestige you have.
You know, they've got 2,000 troops of their own. Plus they can raise event troops. Plus they can call in the King of Denmark.
What can you find it softer then?
Yes, well, that's my follow-up question, which is I was just about to go and look at. Can't currently declare war on Brythoniad, obviously.
Yes, of course. You can't. Well, normally you'd be able to start the next war against the person who you just defeated, as long as it was a defense. The first one was defensive on your part. You can't do that here because you can't declare war on someone you're already at war with.
That's the one. So, Connaught, however, looks pretty feeble.
Regarding Denmark and Gotland, check that they are still tribal. Because, if they're not, then event troops stop being an issue. Yes, he's tribal.
Denmark's still
tribal. Yeah. Right, good.
Right. Anyway, back to Connaught, where he's looking
He's not tribal.
He's not tribal, he's feudal, he's not got any mates, and he looks a bit of a pushover. And I have 2.5.
And he's just across the Irish Sea.
And he's just across the Irish Sea, a short walk away.
Possibly the Great Holy War bringing in the entirety of Christendom against you.
Not the most sensible thing in the entire world.
I don't think we're tough enough for those yet.
No. So, I can claim Connaught on behalf of someone I'd have to land.
But you do have at least one claim. Oh, right, yes, you've got duchy claims.
Yeah.
Okay. Because most of the alternatives are smaller.
Yeah.
So yes, the problem is with Holy Wars is...
Yeah, I don't want Holy War. Hang on, what I want is...
Of course, the duchy may not get you that much.
It's quite a large duchy. Right. I think we claim Connaught on your behalf. I think we press the Magic Allies button, but probably actually we don't need it. And then we grant you a landed title, which might as well be Tir Connell because it's nearby. And that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Now you can call him into war.
Now we can call him into the war. Right, so now I can
wait all your
well, what I can do is start
yeah.
marching everyone. Let's actually go over there and see what happens. Let's wait for all my vassals to decide that they can't be bothered right now, what with this war. Probably most of my vassals, but I'll give them a couple of days to work it out. And now, oh good lords, I've had a daughter. Right, let's release the peace otter. Which will get me 128 gold and some prestige. Right. Let's disband the fleet temporarily at least. I have no idea what those 157 troops are doing there, other than, like... I'm not sure that, you know, all the stuff about rejoining the church after her abstinence...
Oh, is your wife Christian? You might ask her not to be, but currently she doesn't much like you.
Well, let's be fair, I have just made her be pregnant, you know. I think I'd besiege a couple of places here, walk over, kick that army. In the usual fashion. Might as well sit here and besiege somewhere else. Plan A is to get the Empire of Scandinavia. Plan B is to try and get a custom empire. Plan C is to try and get the Empire of Britannia. Although I don't really want the Empire of Britannia because it's a stupid... Thank you so much for popping something stupid up Chrome. I didn't actually care about that. Right, anyway. March into Tir Connell. Just say and go, excuse me, what the hell are you doing at the centre of my armies? No. Well, I'm not sure I managed to do anything much about that. Oh well, states. Well, you can try hiding from me there, but I don't think it's going to work very well. So let's assault that. It's not really a holding, it's more a kind of accident. And let's... Right. We have 43% war score. A whopping great battle. And a couple of small bits. I've lost sight of their troops. Oh, bless, they've got 3 people trying to besiege my place in Norway. Nice try, dudes.
You mostly... Oh, yes. One thing you might try doing is building a fort there so that they have to deal with the fort as well. The wiki kind of suggests building forts can be helpful because it does slow things down.
I can't build one right now because it's under siege, so...
You might learn a bit about how they work. But yeah, because the fort has to be besieged first and gains you nothing while you're besieging it.
Hmm.
And also stops raiding, but it's not very relevant at the moment.
Well, I mean, there aren't that many people who've got raiding as a thing.
No.
That aren't me. And I'm not bothering with raiding so much as, you know, trying to take over the world. For the greater glory of Om. Or whatever. See how much my war score is due to imprisonment. None. Right, well. Excuse me. Why? You're my grandson. You look like a perfectly average person. No, I'm not going to betroth you to my 5-year-old daughter. I mean, that's... Or my 0-year-old daughter. Or my 10-year-old daughter, because that is just like... Hello, would you really like me to introduce you to the concepts of interbreeding? I don't think it's going to end well. You appear to be there, and you appear to be besieging something. You know what's going to happen next. Well, I know what's going to happen next. I don't think you're going to like it very much. You're my daughter. You are actually... Oh my god, you're good. Alright, let's see if we can find... It's true.
Your options, but on the other hand,
Yeah.
you can keep her in
Keep her in the gene pool. Well, quite often I've been marrying them off to courtiers.
but if they're not in your dynasty, they never become playable. So.
Yes. No. 99% more score. Let's march into the next county and hope that, I tick over to 100 while I'm waiting.
Don't forget to find another war.
Indeed.
Even possibly if you might want to do that slightly before you win this one. The obvious thing, yes, is to look at the two little green counties.
Well, also I'm looking at Brythoniad, which is feudal. But unfortunately is mates with Asturias, so maybe not. So let's also have a look at the petty kingdom of Vannin. It's a tiny bit scary, but not very, but equally it's quite scary because it's tribal.
Yeah, I think it looks like it may be all because he doesn't have any. I think there is vassals there. His vassals are tribal. Curious, because he doesn't appear to have alliances with his own vassals.
Yeah.
Maybe he's at that really irritating level of authority where you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. I would go for something easier first.
I'm just seeing what claims I've got, I'm thinking, yes, maybe let's go for something easier. So, you're a perfectly boring tribal vassal and you look eminently squishable. You look even more eminently squishable.
He's got one vassal, which is a bishop, and it's probably not very interesting.
Yes. Well, I think in that case what I do is I go to war with Ulster, and then I go to war with Ossory. I could probably declare this war now, can't I?
It seems reasonable. That way you can get your allies joining it. The only slight problem is they may all run away from your existing siege in an embarrassing fashion and go, new war to join in. But
it's possible.
I think you can survive that.
Probably.
You already have 5% more score.
Yes. Let's just see if he'll accept. No. I was just seeing if he'd accept a peace. So you are random kin state. You're quite a good random kin state. I might betroth you to my other daughter, because otherwise I think that's going to go badly wrong. Right. Eep!
Did we forget something?
Not obviously. Money.
Yes, you've got money.
He had money. He has less money now. Well, there's one very easy solution here, which is I raise a tribal army.
Yeah, you've gained like 500 prestige since the last time I looked. I'm sure last time I looked you were at about 2,000 prestige.
I had about 2,100. But yeah. 19 plus 9 is going to be enough fleet.
Bit of faffing.
With a bit of faffing. But it's not like I'm not used to the faff now. Yoink. zoom in a bit. Yes, I thought there should be some ships there. And indeed there are. Let's zoom out a couple of steps in order to check that I have in fact got all the vassal fleets. Which it seems that I have. Right, let's zoom back in while I besiege this recalcitrant state. Who won't surrender. Right, well anyway, as soon as I hit this siege, I should be okay. Okay, we have 100% thing. Our guy is landed. Let's offer a peace. Yoink. Right. No, let's. Oh look, there's a defensive pact opposing me. Oh, go on, split your force, split your force. I can't think of anything better.
Still no way. Yes.
Yep, okay. So I think we just sort of sit here and carefully besiege this tribe. While I try and... Oh, people are drawing the defensive pact against me. Well, this is my slightly surprised face.
You did just take over like about a third of Ireland.
It's true, I did. Glue. Find the magic. No, it's the wrong button.
I mean, strictly, you could raise your personal levy and send them over instead. But, like, they're a bit feeble in numbers. I think they're probably not really enough for the job.
There's 820 of them.
I think your tribal army is about the size you want. And, like, you're currently reasonably, sustainably running these tribal armies in that you're gaining, that you're using them to gain enough prestige to allow you to raise the next one.
To get more tribal armies, yes.
The Ulster army is moving. You might want to pause and work out what you're going to do about this now.
Well, I think what I do is I sit here.
It's the terrain.
It's hills.
You're probably not going to get much better.
And I'm not going to get anything better in Ireland.
Yeah, is it worth crossing over into Scotland?
Not
Still
really.
hills, but they get the disadvantage of having to cross sea to get there.
I'd rather try and win this siege,
Okay.
then move.
Yeah, but you're going to get into battle before you move.
Yeah.
No, they've split their forces again.
They've split their forces again, the Stoats.
You set up a sensible set of... What is in your centre, I mean, really?
It's not who I put there.
Oh no, it's one of your allies.
Bloody allies again.
One of their commanders, and then this one getting some say in the decision making as a result. Oh, they brought their forces back together again.
Rats. Well, that's going to be inconvenient.
Well, I did suggest you should run away, and you decided not to.
It's true, I did.
Yeah, probably be your sister.
It'll probably be your sister. Right. You're pissing off all the way to Caithness. Well, if you're going to piss off all the way to Caithness, I can, in fact, come and join you. I've got over 1,000 gold, so let's just have a little think here. Let's pretend I'm going to create some kingdoms in theory. So that would cost me 400 gold to create 2 kingdoms. Let's dismiss my fleet, at least temporarily. And then if I get on pause and go and look at founding a new empire. So I need 1,400 gold and 8,000 prestige. 8,000 prestige is the kingdom, is the killer there, really. That's the big problem.
Would it be worth bringing those back by ship rather than trying to...
Well, I've dismissed my ships, and also I would struggle. I have
you don't
31
actually have
ships,
enough ships,
so I can't. I can try it if I'd like, but I would be some kind of giant otter. Probably quite a soggy one. Right. Let's... Let's march back to here and see if I can meet up with my allies.
They're going to get beaten up first.
They're probably going to get beaten up first.
Might mean you want to pile into the ground if you get there fast enough. But
I might get there fast enough. Probably not. I should wait. Yeah.
now they come to join you.
Yeah. Right, now, so what territory I'm in hills. Is there anything better than hills? I'm in hills, and so I've got someone in the centre who's a good thing. I've got Mika who's a defender, so I think that is a pretty good combination.
Well, a very unbalanced set of flanks. Maybe impossible to fix that.
No.
I think you prefer to have the big lump in the middle.
Yes.
I think it's very unbalanced, but I think it's the best you can do.
Yes. Right, so I've got narrow flank advantage on 2 flanks. My left flank is looking a bit sad.
Because it was the tiny one.
Because it was tiny. But of course my centre is ginormous and is splitting those 2 apart. And some mates have turned up to help. How nice. Right.
You turned out to be in just the right place there.
Yeah. Oh dear, I'm ill. Okay, so now you lot should go into Ulster. Right, who are you? You're my grandson. My grandson is a sickly genius. Brilliant. Right, can we...
Nope.
I think we go for the fearsome 11-year-old in Connaught. Right. Oh, right, I have snuffed at it. Oh, I have unlocked an achievement, Royal Blood. I don't know what that one is, maybe you can look that up when you have a moment. So, right, I have a new heir. And the defensive pact opposing me has been disbanded, isn't that nice? King Eirika feasts in Valhalla at age 76. He died after a period of illness. A skilled hunter, Eirika filled his halls with exotic trophies gathered in his many expeditions in the wilderness. And so, yes, I've lost Hereford and Kami, which isn't the end of the world. And now we have Fylkir Einar, a formidable duelist. We expect him to excel in tournaments and personal wombat alike. Long live King Einar. So be it. Pause. Right, so who am I? I am the king of Thingy. My son is currently my heir. Well, let's go and see about that.
Long.
Hmm?
That will not last
No,
long.
it will not. Let's try and make that so. Let's call in all our allies to our currently available war. Let's deal with thingy, right? Hello, you are our Chancellor. You're our Marshal. We still have a Steward. And we've got a good seer. Right, so...
What was the name of your achievement?
Royal Blood. Actually, let's... Oh, damn, that's going to piss somebody else off. Right, let's send...
Achieve a score of 10,000.
Oh,
So
yes.
That was your first Iron Man game in which you hit 10,000.
It's true. Right, so we have sent our spy master to Constantinople. Right, let's sit back over here. Let's send... Right, we have the treasury, we have the Fylkirian crown, which does feel a bit weird, but whatever. Okay, so currently the chief. You are extremely grumpy. You do not like me. Oh, that's because you are my rival. Right, excuse me while I get my Chancellor improving relations with you. Pick an ambition. Build a great work. Become exalted among men. Improve learning, improve intrigue. I'm inclined to go with become exalted among men because either I'm going to have to do that to form an empire, or I'll manage to do it along the way.
But it only gets you 1 diplomacy, essentially.
Yeah, and 100 prestige.
And it thus prevents you getting a bunch of intrigue and learning.
Yes. And learning is useful for technology.
Learning is quite good as filter because I think it contributes, maybe it doesn't contribute to your moral authority. Your piety contributes to your moral authority, and I suspect your learning contributes to your piety.
Yes. Right, let's improve my learning. Let's go through and see if there are any people we can appoint to various things to cheer them up. We're now down to commanders and no one likes me. Yes. Right, let's invite that siege leader on the grounds that I'm sure it will prove useful. Right, children guardian, right. Signing guardian. Right, I can't legitimise her, so can we find her a good match? So you're my daughter. So let's just check. So I am Germanic before pagan, I am still tribal. Right, good. So about this war then. Random Kingstate. So currently my son is mayor. Right, now I'm getting all the vassal yes, no, maybes back. Right, so okay, currently my heir is an otter. Who is my kinstate? Okay, commander. Ooh, a son. Obviously, it's great to call my son Erik, because, you know, we just got one. Right, so... You mad fools, you're coming back to fight me and my allies in Ulster when you haven't met up with your other troops. You stoat. I'm not convinced this is a sensible thing for you to do. I'm also not convinced by my army organisation, but I don't think that's my fault as such.
Well, you're rather foiled rather restricted by the way that the tribal army arrives as one unit that will not separate.
Yes.
So they all insist on sticking together, no matter how much you try to tell them that they might do better if they were spread out a bit. We're all friends and we're going to stay together to the end, which will come sooner than it otherwise might.
Because you haven't mastered the art of flanking. Right, now I suspect they're coming to see me.
Perfectly well, as long as we're all on the same flank.
Yes. Herein lies our problem. Okay.
Split off again. I don't think it's actually relevant.
Right. Oh, hooray, I've got a few more people.
But more importantly, this lot covers 3 separate flanks.
It's true. Right. However, I will glue them together for the purposes of shipping.
Yes, just makes them one army, there's still 3.
It's true. Yes. Right.
So probably best not to end this war immediately. Let's find another target.
Yep.
Like, for instance, that other spare county you were looking at earlier.
Well, that other spare county is obvious. I, of course, can go to war against Thingy, because I don't have a truce with him.
It's true.
And
he's looking astonishingly soft.
And
now.
he's looking astonishingly soft now. Right, now I need to land.
That's okay. Oh, yeah, you're about to take a county in Ireland.
Yes.
And you did that, you chose conquest, I presume. Which,
yeah.
Yes, which I think means it ends up in your domain.
Yes.
So you can then hand it out. I mean, if not, you've got other counties. Really nice.
I've only got the.
You only got the 3
in Iceland.
3 Icelandic ones. Oh,
yeah.
Right. That's slightly unfortunate.
Yeah, but I can still give away what Ulster.
I'm fairly confident you get that. I mean, you could do the other county, the other loose county, merely to make sure, but he is so soft.
He is so soft. Right. Yoink. Let's just sit here for a tiny bit longer until the ally messages come rushing in. Good grief, how many children are there in this bloody dynasty? Right, you're my daughter, but you are a tiny bit hopeless. Okay, I think that's most of my vassals decided. Let's send the otter. The otter go yoink.
You have a spare county.
Now I have a spare county. Which?
Yes, that's the one, isn't it? Yes.
Yep. Right. There we are.
You've blown past your vassal limit. Well, it should be the case that the whole of the west half of Ireland is one duchy already.
Yeah, but I don't think I've got any. Oh no, there I am. Right, I can. Right, let's transfer a vassal. Temporarily at least.
You can't get them back. It's permanent.
Well, let's transfer him. He's not very. Oh no, let's transfer him. He's really unhappy. Ah, but he's also my marshal. let's transfer the one that's slightly unhappy, which will, you know, generally improve the happiness of the vassals. Right, and you are landed now. That won't get all of it, it'll just get those 2 counties. Actually, what I should do... no, I'll besiege here because it's their capital. And it's a laugh. And then, I don't know, I'll wander off, find... So how are we doing on the technology front? We still need more technology. I need to be a little bit careful because I can currently only raise 1 tribal army. Yeah, I mean it's not going to take. It's only going to take like 3-4 months to get up.
This war ought not to require one.
Indeed, because I've already got all the previous ones. Army levies are also lower than my predecessors technically were. But there we go. Right, yes. Let's meander down there. Who are you, random Kent State? Peasant revolt for Vestergotland. Right, well, if you will be like that. West Yetish. Well, there's 8,000 troops sitting in Van still, so maybe they can go and do something. Look at my facets. While I'm contemplating this war.
Not contemplating instead of actually saying doubles.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'd forgotten they weren't going to be besieging anywhere because it's not like the people that were there actually managed to besiege anything. Yes, of course, at the moment I have absolutely brutal short rain penalties everywhere. It's going down quickly, of course, that's the kind of corollary, but because I have a strong claim on Svithjord and Frisia. Okay, but not, this is important, Denmark. So Denmark, of course, I could do by conquest.
Sorry. Actually, can you? Were they not? Oh.
Svithjord's popped out of the Empire. That explains why, one of the reasons why I've got so few levies. So, I think I have a hypothetical plan. In a rough kind of way. Which is to go after Svithjord with my claim, when possible, and then to go after Denmark with my one subjugation.
You don't get subjugation once you're reformed, I don't think.
Oh, well, states then.
That's annoying, the wiki only half says. I could be wrong.
Well, that's... Yeah. Very, very annoying.
Denmark is falling apart anyway.
Yeah. But... So I suppose then the thing is I go for Svithjord and then I try and mop bits off Denmark. When possible. Right, I'm now back up to 2 armies. Let's actually go and have a look at Svithjord and see how terrifying it is. While we are still besieging somewhere, aren't we? Yes. And it will tell me when I'm not. What's the point? Right. So, okay, right. Yeah, and you can't raise any vassal armies on account of the fact that...
But he's tribal and his vassals are tribal. Though they don't appear there. I'm slightly curious about that.
Yeah. Right, so we're at 85%. Wander off over there. Wonder what those 300 people are doing. Whether I want to call them stoked. What I should also do at this point is go and see how many troops I actually have raised right now. Which is 3,000. And see if I can find enough ships to ship them off somewhere. To which the answer is really, really not. Also, where do I have 10 ships raised? Ah, yeah, okay, over there with that lot.
You never actually shipped these troops off anywhere. Are you defending something?
Let's send them over there. On the grounds that I think that's what the long-term plan needs. Right, I've got the Great Pox. This is fantastic. My plan here is really to win this war against Meath and then stop for the night. On the grounds that by then I probably won't have won the peasant revolt. How many children are there in this place? So I have 5 children, 2 of whom are boys. I don't have any concubines.
instant revolts do tend to randomly explode, so you might want not to be depending on keeping that war open.
Well, I'm not. I'm bearing this in mind, so they're going to hide mark. Let's send you there instead. Probably. Or in fact, I send... No. I think I just send you to Vestfold. Probably. Dismiss you and see if that causes any of my fleets to think about recovering. Now where are you going? Oh dear.
What's that?
No, you daft Haputh.
Army to the north.
This one is going over here to Vermont. So I'm just planning on sitting there for a moment and seeing what happens. I mean, of course, if I can't ship my people out of Ireland, or can't even, well, it's not likely that I'm going to be able to ship my people out of Ireland, then I might, of course, need to look for targets in Ireland.
Right, you've got one more target in Ireland.
At least one more target in Ireland.
That's right,
Yes.
it's probably worth getting before you leave, because it won't take long.
Yes.
I would go for that now. Don't end that war.
Because everyone, well,
Because
then all
peasant revolts have a habit of evaporating.
yes.
I mean, the current one looks pretty solid, but
I can start watching them over there. Actually calling the allies, that, helps.
I mean, it may not matter quite so much, because most of them will also be your allies against the revolt.
Yes.
Yes, so you've just beaten the revolt.
Yes. Right, and I have got all my vassal things, so let's release the otter for that one. Yoink. And release the otter. What do I get for releasing the otter? 20 prestige. Right. Okay.
So what's left of Green Island then? I think the bits that aren't occupied by foreigners.
So there's
Is he the same guy you
yeah.
have beaten?
Yes, so I I've got a truce breaker, but it'll only be a 5-year timeout.
No, it's not, because it was a claim war.
Oh, claim war, yes, damn. Well, Stokes. There's the petty king of Vannin.
Who has a tribal army at his disposal.
He has a tribal army at his disposal, but then so do I, so... So basically all I'd be able to do is nick a single county off him. Let's just check that Brythoniad isn't in some bizarrely... Well, they're feudal, so their prestige doesn't matter now. But they still have... Yeah. But anyway, it's 11 o'clock, so I should save and stop. The year is 960. And I've completely forgotten what the monarch's name is.